doing another sit down video. Hey guys, and welcome to a bit of an update on the channel. I just thought I'd make this video because some stuff has changed in the past week that has affected what I was going to do on the channel and what I may have referenced previously, so I thought why not do another video. I know I've said before I don't really like doing sit down videos that much, but if I feel there's a need for a sit down video, I'll make a sit down video. Now I know I tend to waffle on quite a bit in my sit down videos, so I thought just first of all I'll just talk about briefly what I'm going to be talking about in this video. So basically I'm just going to focus on like how the channel's come so far this summer and what I plan to do in the future basically. Whether that be future content. I'm going to talk quite a bit about the previous week because a few things theme park related have happened in the past week. I've actually got a new coaster credit which I'll talk about a bit later, so yeah, I think I'm going to talk about last week quite a bit, but yeah, anyway, let's get into it. So, where this channel has come so far this summer, well, what can I say? I'd like to say a big thank you to everyone who supported this channel. I know in particular a few people have supported it quite a bit and have been, yeah, very supportive, but yeah, it has, I know it's still a small channel, this channel, but I have gained a few subscribers over this summer. And I mean, last summer was great, the first summer of this channel properly, well, of me properly uploading to the channel, and that was great and all, but this summer has been just 10 times better. Maybe not 10 times better, but definitely been a lot better, and has definitely encouraged me to keep making videos because, as you'll know, at the end of last summer I kind of left this channel, and part of that was because I was uploading content kind of left, right and centre, so much so that I just completely burnt out kind of thing and like ran out of ideas and didn't know where to go with the channel. So that break was needed because I came back with quite a few ideas. Yeah, in the last sit down video I did do a sit down video all about that. There's no point really watching that now because most of it's irrelevant. Also, I have waffled on about a lot of stuff in that that's kind of not relevant at all and wasn't even relevant to what I was basically saying. So no need to watch that, but basically I know I've said this before in the previous sit down video I did at the start of the summer, and I'm going to say it again. Basically I essentially said I was taking a break from this channel, rebranding the other one, and now I'm back, so yeah. Let's talk then first of all about what's happened so far this summer. So I came back with the Pleasure Beach Express video. That was like a one-off video in March, and then obviously stuff happened which I talked about in another video. You know what, I'll just link the previous sit down video in the description because that one is still worth a watch, the one from the start of summer. That'll explain a bit more about that. But yeah, so we had the Europa Park vlog. That went down really well. I know it was a very long vlog, so if any of you watched to the end of it, I know there may be one or two of you who may have watched all the way through that. I know it was a lot to sit through. I know some of you may have skipped bits and whatever, but that's okay. But congratulations to anyone who got to the end of that. I mean, I would have expected some of you to skip some bits because it was a long video. I think if I knew it was going to be that long, because I didn't think it would have been that long, it was like an hour and a half long. If I knew it was going to be that long, I probably would have put it in 2 videos, to be honest, because I know that's a lot for you guys to sit through. Yeah, especially because I'm like new to YouTube, and having a video that long, it's a bit like, yeah, you know what I mean. But anyway, also we had a Blackpool Pleasure Beach vlog. We had a couple of POVs from Europa Park as well, but the main video after that was I've actually not uploaded as many videos this summer as I thought I had, but it's worked better me doing it that way because I feel like now we're not going to have a situation like we did last summer. But yeah, I'd say that the next major video after that was, oh, not forgetting the Alton Towers mini vlog actually, before we talk about Blackpool, and there's quite a bit I want to say about Blackpool in this video actually. But the Alton Towers mini vlog, yeah, I know I called it a mini vlog because it was like 7 minutes long. I thought it was going to be a bit longer. You know what happened with that? I forgot my camera and stuff, so I didn't film very much. Everything was filmed on my phone. But yeah, I was quite happy with that as well. That didn't get quite as many views, but I didn't expect it to. And I'm not all about views, which I'll talk a bit more about in a minute, but it's not the views for me that encourage me to do YouTube. But it is nice when I see positive feedback and when my videos do get a lot of views. It certainly does make me happy. But I'm more about positive feedback than anything. But we'll put that to one side for now. Basically, I was at Alton Towers for 2 days and I did a small vlog, showed you a couple of off-ride shots, talked a bit about my thoughts on the trip, updating my reviews of the rides where necessary, and yeah. But then we did have the Blackpool vlog, which was, I know I've talked about this vlog a lot actually. That vlog went down pretty well, to say the least. I mean, I'm not sure how many views it has now, but it has a lot of views, that vlog, which I didn't expect from something from Blackpool Pleasure Beach. Like, it's more popular than the Europa Park vlog, which is like the second most popular thing I've probably done on the channel. I think it's safe to say that that video is the most successful video on my channel to date, for numerous reasons, and it did get some positive feedback, which I have discussed in other videos as well. But yeah, because that vlog was the vlog I mentioned the new E-band system in, which, more on that later. But yeah, that's kind of the vlog I did next. And now we are getting to kind of Oakwood. We're actually getting through this pretty quickly actually. So yeah, I vlogged the trip to Wales for a week, especially, well, mainly Oakwood, to be honest. That's mainly what I discussed in that vlog. But as you'll know if you've watched it, that was another long one as well, over an hour. At the end I did sum up the trip and stuff and talk about some other bits. So yeah, and that kind of brings us up to today. Well, excluding like last week, that kind of brings us up today. I've talked about all the major vlogs. Obviously there's been other on-ride POVs and stuff, and there was also the video where I talked about what order to do the rides in at Blackpool Pleasure Beach. That was another sit-down video in. I know I referred to at the start of the video that I'd done 3 sit-down videos. I have done more than that, but I'm just talking about I'm just referring to the sit-down videos where I've done updates on the channel and stuff, because this is the 3rd one out of those, essentially. So yeah. Now on to last week then. Now, I mean, I summed kind of the past month up in basically like 2 weeks. No, sorry, what am I on about? 2 minutes. But, I mean, last week is probably going to take me another 2 minutes, possibly more than that, to talk about. In fact, I reckon it could take 4 to 5 minutes, because just so much happened. Just so much has happened in relation to theme parks, and you're probably thinking like, what? I know I've talked for probably minutes, hours on end about the past month in other videos, which is why I only kind of needed a 2-minute summary there, which was essentially just to bring you guys up to date. There's plenty of other videos that describes all that stuff, but like, I mean, the past week, I think about it, I've done quite a bit to do with theme parks, and I've not really updated you guys on my social media about that stuff, so yeah. Let's take the opportunity now to talk about that. So those of you guys who kind of follow the channel will know that last Monday, which will hopefully be a week since I uploaded this, I'm hoping to get this up on Monday. It might be Tuesday, it just depends how long it takes me to edit this basically. But last Monday the Oakwood vlog went up, and that's been pretty successful actually. Just talked about the Oakwood vlog briefly before this segment, but yeah, that went up last Monday. And now we go on to a bit of news I need to give you guys. So this kind of follows on from the Oakwood vlog when I mentioned that I might be doing a collaboration with Theme Park Mods, and this is kind of bad news, because the collaboration that I was going to do with them unfortunately is not going to be happening, as I was hoping to do it next late night riding at Pleasure Beach, and unfortunately I can't go. But yeah, I promise you guys it will happen at some point. I'm not sure when now. It will happen at some point. I can't tell you. Ugh. It will happen, but I can't tell you guys when. It just depends, really. It depends when things work out. But yeah, I didn't realise when recording that video, that's when I thought that was going to happen, but I was going to keep it a surprise to you guys until it happened. I know I said that I wasn't sure when I'd be doing it, but I was hoping it was going to be then, but I have other stuff on. Unfortunately, nothing theme park related, but yeah, that's not going to be happening. So don't that morning like wake up and look at my Twitter or my Instagram and expect to see something. I'm doing a collaboration with Theme Park Mads at Blackpool Pleasure Beach for late night riding, and it would be the first late night riding that I'd ever been to, because I've never been to one of those. Even though I live half an hour away from the park, I've never actually been to one. I really want to do my first one at some point. I'm not sure when that will happen, but yeah. Don't expect me to be at late night riding then, because I won't be there. But anyway, enough about that. I know there's going to be people watching this who will be like, shut up about that because you're on it all the time. But yeah, I got a new coaster credit last week, and which brings me on to kind of my next point. I went to Southport Pleasureland, which is like the sister park of Blackpool Pleasure Beach. I'm not actually sure whether that's still true, but I know at one point it was like Blackpool Pleasure Beach's sister park. It possibly still is, I'm not sure. I think it's owned by different people now. I think it was once owned by the Thompson family, but I'm not sure it is anymore. Should really know with it being one of my local parks, but yeah. They opened a new spinning coaster this year called Crash Test. Like a spinning wild mouse. I'm not sure the manufacturer, because it's not one I recognise from other spinning wild mouses I've been on. Like, it's definitely not the people who made the Twister at like Water Valley, or any of those sorts of coasters, or Primeval Whirl at Walt Disney Worlds. It's definitely not the people who made that either. But it was a spinning wild mouse similar to them. It was an alright coaster, but I thought it was a little bit slow, and there wasn't any actual spinning. I mean, those coasters are called spinning coasters, and yeah. The car didn't spin. It did like turn into like different directions, but I don't ever remember it fully spinning round, or at least not at speed anyway, like those coasters are meant to do. It just felt quite slow paced overall, and I wasn't the biggest fan. But my 90th coaster credit, hopefully I can get my 100th coaster credit in 2020. Whether that will happen or not, I'm not sure, but yeah. Anyway, a couple of days ago I actually did go to Blackpool Pleasure Beach on the day that was meant to be like late night riding, but it got cancelled. So technically if I'd gone then, that would have been my first late night riding. It was kind of a last minute thing. The Blackpool Air Show got cancelled and late night riding got cancelled, but we were more bothered about the Blackpool Air Show because obviously we were being busy in Blackpool and stuff. I would have gone to late night riding regardless, but obviously the Blackpool Air Show, if you've not been following the news or anything, a lot of major events and festivals and stuff got cancelled last weekend just because we had some very bad weather. It was quite rainy, it was quite windy, so a lot of stuff got cancelled, including the Blackpool Air Show and late night riding. But yeah, the park was open till 6 PM on the Saturday. Was it the 11th? It's the 12th to the 10th of August, yeah, I think. Please tell me I got the right date. Yeah, Saturday the 10th of August was when the event was meant to be, and it got cancelled. The park was open till 6 PM. And Pleasure Beach, for anyone who'd like booked a wristband online to go to late night riding, entitled to free entry for the remainder of this year on any day of the 2019 season. So I thought that's quite good. Doesn't really benefit annual pass holders that much, but you know, it's good that they compensated in some way for obviously late night riding not being on. But yeah. So I had a pretty good day at Pleasure Beach. Big One wasn't open obviously because of the weather. I believe that a few guest did get to ride it in the morning, but then it had to close because of the weather. I'm actually surprised they opened it in the first place because of how bad the weather actually was. But it's really good that the Pleasure Beach did that, because, and they really tried as well. Like, despite the weather, all the other rides were open. I think there was only a couple of breakdowns. I think Avalanche broke down. I'm not sure of anything else apart from that. I think I'm just judging this off what was on the Speedy Pass mobile app, which I'll talk a bit more about in a minute. Yeah, you're probably guessing where I'm kind of going with this. If you kind of follow that, or you were paying attention at the start of the video, or you watched my Blackpool or any video where I mentioned that before. But yeah, I think Avalanche broke down. Big Dipper, we thought that broke down, but it turned out they put another train on. But yeah, the rides were running really well despite the weather. Operations were brilliant. I mean, Icon was on 3 trains. The dispatches on Icon are insane, like 30 seconds, 40 seconds. I'm not timing them, but it feels like they must be about 30 to 40 seconds, which is on par with like Blue Fire at Europa Park almost, and well, any of Europa Park's rides really, which is amazing because Europa Park has like the best operations in the world, and for Blackpool to be operating any rides to that level is like insane, like, yeah. But anyway, let's talk a bit more about the Speedy Pass mobile. And like I've said in other videos before, that was on a trial. It's essentially the new E-band system now. You'll know I'm going to be mentioning this from the title of the video and also what I said before. But yeah, seems like that this is staying now, and it's going to be the new permanent system. So essentially how it works, if you've not watched any of my other videos, is you have this like mobile phone, or you can do it on your own mobile phone. You book a ride, well, like it displays like the wait time or whatever till when you can ride it, and you book the ride and it counts down on the app, and then when it's your time to ride, it brings up a QR code which you then scan. Well, the ride staff will scan it when you go down the Speedy Pass entrance or exit, depending on what ride you're going on. When you go up the Speedy Pass queue or exit, they'll scan it basically. So yeah, you can only book one ride at a time. It's only applicable to the top 10 rides at the park, which I don't remember off the top of my head, but basically every major coaster plus a couple of flat rides and dark rides basically. But yeah, I've talked about that before, so I'm only going to talk about it vaguely now. I'll put a link in the description actually to the previous Blackpool vlog. I didn't vlog this day, by the way, because I'd recently done a vlog and it wasn't ideal weather conditions for getting off ride footage and anything like that, so I thought it was pretty pointless doing a vlog from there. And I didn't even take any pictures or anything because the weather was just so bad. I mean, it didn't rain too much, but still, the photos no photos would have looked very good. So, you know, didn't rain as much as I thought it would. It was very windy. Like at the top of Revolution, it was so windy. So I'm glad I wasn't on the big one, to be honest, in that wind, because God knows what that would have been like. But yeah, and that's all I really have to say about last week. Yeah, a couple of theme park trips that were kind of last minute, really. I mean, I wasn't really planning to do Southport Pleasureland. I was just in Southport and we just like walking past and like, why not do it? It's the first time I've done it in 2019. Unfortunately, I couldn't ride the Pinfari Looper because that was down, but I've done it before. Nothing special really. Quite rough, but yeah. Just one more point about the new Speedy Pass system then. You know my thoughts on it from the Blackpool vlog, but I think I did over-exaggerate how bad it is. I know it is confusing when you first start using it, but now I've got used to it more. It's not as bad as I first made it out to be. I mean, it's okay. The Pleasure Beach know what they're doing, so if they've introduced this, they clearly know what they're doing. I have faith in Pleasure Beach. I mean, look at Icon, my #1 coaster, and it's been there for over a year. They know what they're doing. If you do want to hear my in-depth thoughts on that though, then go and watch my Blackpool or Oakwood vlog. I mentioned it in both of them. I'll put links to those in the description. I know you're thinking, what? The Oakwood vlog? If you go to like the last 10 minutes of that video, I did do a bit of a sit down and reviewed that trip, but also mentioned that system. I can't remember exactly why I mentioned it, but I think I was talking about Oakwoods, and then Blackpool's kind of came up for some reason, so I talked about it. So now that's all done, let's talk about what's to come on the channel in the future. I have plans to reattempt the 16-8 challenge. If you don't know what I'm on about, last year I invented a challenge in Planet Coaster, which I did for National Roller Coaster Day, which is the 16th of August, so this Friday. Well, it was a Thursday last year, but yeah, where I attempted to build 16 rides. No, that's wrong, sorry, 8 rides in 16 minutes, and including one roller coaster with an excitement rating of 5. I failed it last year because I essentially messed up and forgot Planet Coaster's path system, because I was playing like The Sims a lot back then. I've not played The Sims in ages actually, but yeah, I was playing that a lot, and I basically forgot how Planet Coaster's path system works and what paths you can connect to like entrances and exits, and that let me down. But I've been playing a lot of Planet Coaster lately, so I feel like I could do this year. So in a couple of days, because I am busy this Friday, unfortunately, not with theme park stuff, I do have other commitments, so I'm not going to have time to go film that video on the Friday, and I should be able to get it on the Friday, but I'm not going to have time to film and upload it and edit it on the Friday. But yeah, hopefully that's going to go down okay. It's a shame I can't go to a local park again. I've not been able to go to a local park from, well, what I remember being the last 2 years, when I started getting into kind of being a proper enthusiast. So since I've kind of acknowledged National Roller Coaster Day, I've not had a chance to do a local theme park or any theme park on that day, which is a shame, but you never know, next year, who knows. Speaking of Planet Coaster, I know I've mentioned doing a series before. I've done a series on my other channel in the past. I will do one at some point, but it's just having the motivation to do it. I mean, I just need motivation. Like, doing anything in Planet Coaster just takes so long, and I just get distracted so easily. Like, if I was to do a series on it, videos wouldn't be that regular because it takes so much time. Like, you will not, like, those of you who play it will know, but it takes so much time to like build a good ride in Planet Coaster with theming, or with stylising, or with good scenery or whatever. So building a park is just like, yeah, like, I probably have like one episode out like once a month or two, but yeah, I'll do my best to do what I can with Planet Coaster, because I do want to do a series on it. I think to kind of reduce kind of the amount of time between episodes, I'm going to try and do in short episodes where I just show a bit, because if I was to do a load of time-lapse footage, it would just be like, the episodes would be really long and they'd take a long time to edit, and export and upload, which I don't need on top of how long it's going to take me to kind of do this stuff in Planet Coaster when I have other commitments as well. But apart from that, I don't know when the next vlog's going to be, as I've said probably twice now, but I do have plans to do a few sit-down videos, doing reviews of rides. I know you're probably thinking, well, you said you didn't like sit-down videos. I meant, when I say I don't really like doing them, I mean like these types of sit-down videos, because I always end up waffling on like I'm doing now, but those types of sit-down videos are okay, like, I'll happily do them. So kind of doing reviews of rides and parks, because you know, it's easy to miss stuff out in a vlog, and yeah, so I'm going to do some more of those so I can do some more in-depth stuff in comparison to my vlogs. I'm also going to start doing top 10s. I have a few of those planned out, and I'm aiming to kind of release about, you know, 1, 2 at the most videos a week until the end of summer, and then that'll probably go down to like 1 video a week, or maybe even 1 every 2 weeks, because I'm going to be very busy again after summer. But yeah, they're going to be released quite slowly, just so that I have time to do what I need to do, and also because I don't want to, basically, I don't want what happened last year to happen, where I ran out of ideas and then nothing got uploaded, basically. But apart from that, I'm also going to be uploading more on-ride and off-ride POVs, especially throughout the winter when I can't be at the parks. Yeah, that's another thing. I want to have enough content to upload throughout the winter, so basically, like I said before, we end up at a stage where nothing gets uploaded to the channel. But yeah. Also, I'm not sure if you noticed, but we have a new introduction now. I created a new video introduction because I just thought the content in the old introduction is a bit out of date. And as you will have noticed, I did actually change the channel logo last week. As you may have noticed, I changed the channel logo. That's another thing I forgot to mention before. So I thought, having done that, and considering that my old content's quite out of date, I thought I'd make a new channel introduction, which I'm pretty happy with. Be sure to give your feedback on that in the comments or on social media or whatever if you want, because I'm always happy and open to feedback. Finally, I'd just like to say a massive thank you once again to everyone who supported the channel, because it just makes me so happy, you know. Like earlier this year I was kind of feeling quite down about stuff. I mean, I wasn't doing much YouTube. It wasn't kind of because of that, but kind of everything really. And this summer doing YouTube has really cheered me up a lot, I know. But yeah, it's great, especially because I've met new people and stuff. It's like, yeah, thank you to everyone. Yeah, I know it sounds like I'm making a big deal of it because it's still a small channel, but I'm really happy with how this summer has gone on the channel. I mean, I couldn't have asked for more really, and I hope that this channel continues to grow. And yeah, hopefully at some point I'll be able to do a collab or something, and then hopefully there'll be more collabs to come after that, because I really want to keep doing this channel now. I know I do have my gaming channel as well, and I've not forgotten about you guys who watch the gaming channel, but yeah, I will try and continue to release, or continue with the series, sorry, on that channel. But I'm just really happy with how this channel is going at the moment, and although it's the smaller of the two channels, I just want to keep growing it. And yeah, but thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.